This is the second in a series of videos demonstrating some best practices in preparing a manuscript or a book that will make it easier and less expensive to convert into an ebook. In the first lesson, I explained the basic use of Word's styles features to modify or create a formatting style that can be applied consistently throughout a manuscript. This demonstration is on Word for Mac, although finding the styles palette in Word for PC is even easier. What we're first going to consider is the number and type of styles that a particular manuscript will require. Every book will have its own requirements, but I'm going to use a typical list of styles for demonstration purposes only, with the understanding that you can adapt this to your own needs. Now, my hypothetical book will use the following: 1. A chapter heading, 2. A subheading, 3. A body style for the first paragraph in a chapter with no indent on the first line, 4. A body style for the regular text, 5. A body style with a space after the paragraph, and 6. A block quote in a smaller font size with indents on both the left and the right margin. Now, since I'm working on Word for Mac, I need to access my Styles palette by going to the top menu under View, hitting Formatting Palette, and when the Formatting Palette appears, opening up my Styles menu. I'm going to start by making all new styles by clicking on the green button and then going under the New Style window, defining it as Chapter Head, selecting the font, and I'm going to use Stone Serif because it appears near the top of my menu. It makes it a little easier for demonstration. I'm going to use Sans Serif Bold, Stone Serif Bold, 24 point, and I'm going to center it. And as you can see, Word gives us a little preview of what it's going to look like. Then I just hit OK, and we can see that now under my Styles menu I have Chapter Heading. Now my next style is going to be for the subheading. I'm just going to call it Sub for short. I'm going to use the same font family here. I'm going to use Stone Serif Bold again. I'm going to select a font size of, let's say, 16 point, and I'm going to center that also and hit OK. And when we go back to our Styles menu, we see down here at the bottom, because it's organized alphabetically, we now have Sub. My next style is going to be the body style first for the first paragraph in a chapter. I'm going to use the same font family, Stone Serif Roman this time, 12 point, and I'm going to leave it at flush left and hit OK. Go for the next style after we see it appearing in the menu. The next style is going to be called Body Style Text. That right, Body Style Text. It's going to be still Stone Serif, the regular font, 12 point type, flush left, but now I want an indent on the first line. So in order to style it that way, I go down here to the bottom under Format and Format Paragraph. And here we see the indentations. It gives me an option for a left and a right indent, but I need to go under Special, where I find First Line. Word gives me a ½ inch automatically. I can change that, but for this demonstration, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Hit OK, hit OK, and now we see that we have Body Style Text right under Body Style First. Now my next style is going to be Body Style Space. That's for, well, get it right again. That's for a paragraph with a space afterwards. And select the font again, Stone Serif Regular, 12 point, flush left, and once again we'll go under Format, we'll go under Format Paragraph, and we want the first line to be indented, again by a ½ inch, but we also want a space to appear after the paragraph. And so I'm going to give this a space of, let's say, 18 point, let's say. Hit OK, hit OK, and if you bear with me, we have one last one to do, and that's going to be the block quote. Block quote, block quote. Again, the same font, just for consistency of the design. But now I want it 11 point. I want to set the quotes off from the rest of the text. And so I'm going to go under Format, Paragraph. And this time, under my indents, I'm going to put in, let's say, a 1/4 inch indent on the left and a 1/4 inch indent on the right. Hit OK, hit OK, and now I have all of my styles defined, and they're all in my Styles menu. Now let's just apply these to the little sample I have. Chapter heading, all I need to do is find it, click on it, and Word automatically applies those definitions to that line. Subheading the next one, and the body style first for the first paragraph in a chapter. Body style first, and note that there's no indent. Body style for the regular text, and all I need to do is select a little bit of the text. I don't have to select the entire paragraph, and hit body style text here. Yeah, there it is. And you can see that it has an indent. Body style space for the next line, but this puts a space afterwards for my block quote. And there you can see little examples of what all of these different styles would look like. Okay, now here's an example with a little bit more text and maybe something a little bit more typically what you would find in a manuscript. This is some plain, unformatted text to which we are going to apply the styles that we just created. So the first place to start is with my chapter name, Chapter 1. Find chapter head, click on it, Word applies it. Now I have my 2 subheadings, go under Sub, click, very quickly, Word applies it. I'm going to do another subheading now, which appears later on. And now I will select my first paragraph. And I will select my first paragraph and apply body style first. And the following paragraph, I'm going to apply body style space because I want a little space between that and the next subheading. And then my next style is going to be body style first underneath that subheading, and my last style is going to be for the block quote. And you can see it's set off a little bit from the rest of the text. And now what we're looking at is something that begins to look a little bit more like a formatted book. Once I have gone through my entire manuscript, formatting it according to the styles menu and the styles definition that I created, let's say I decide that I don't like the way the subheads are looking. Well, rather than having to go through the manuscript and change them individually, all I need to do is find that style in my style menu, click on the little right arrow on the right hand side, hit modify style, go in, change it, let's say from stone serif bold to stone serif italic, and let's say from 16 point to 14 point, and from center to flush left. And when I hit OK, Word has automatically updated all of my subheadings throughout my entire manuscript. Now, using these styles in my style menu will also make it easier, faster, and better to convert this manuscript into an ebook later on.